Peace be unto you. Can women drive cars in Islam? Of course they can. So why is media making such a big hullabaloo on women not being able to drive in Saudi Arabia? Folks, let's get two things clear. One is cultural practice. One is normative teaching of Islam. The normative teaching of Islam is for Muslims. Cultural practices are varied throughout the globe. You go to the Himalayas, it will be varied. You go to the depth of the jungles in South America, it will be varied. People will be wearing thongs, women won't work, they'll only cook, men will only fish. So are you going to take all of these cultural nuances and put it all together and say, well, this is how people do it? So in the normative teaching of Islam, women are allowed to drive. In the cultural teaching in Saudi Arabia, they have been told that they can't drive. Why do Muslims have to pay for that repercussion? Why? This is what you have to ask. Does the media have an agenda to drive in to the people that we are backward or that women don't have similar rights? Therefore, we found an example of it in Saudi Arabia, therefore women can't drive. Could you not look from the other perspective that maybe culturally the society is a bit more closed? Maybe culturally they did that for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years where the two sexes don't meet. Maybe culturally they have some kind of understanding that they have come to. Now, in order to shatter that understanding, one would have to do it with reasoning. So if they don't allow that as a law, what we can do as Muslims in the West? And all of a sudden, media is bombarding us to tell us whether we allow women to drive or not. Well, my wife drives. Is she breaking the law in Islam? I don't think so. So why is it such a fuss? And I think what it is that whenever they want to find an example to land-based Muslims, they can go to any country. Tomorrow they can go to Pakistan and say, well, women wear a certain type of color. That's oppression. So therefore, all of the Muslim world, 1.8 billion of them, have to answer for why a woman is wearing a certain color in Pakistan, or what she's eating in Bangladesh, or what are the customary practices of marriage in certain parts of India where Muslims are minorities. I mean, it's really, if you see the agenda-driven media, you will see that they definitely have a negative slant for the Muslims. So who really cares at the end of the day whether men drive or women drive or anybody drives? Seriously, one should, if we are really human beings, we should be caring about the fact whether people have their rights in terms of legal rights. People are not detained and tortured. People are not usurped from different parts of the country and driven to black prison sites. That children have enough to eat. That men and women have enough to educate themselves with. Yes, and men too. Because in many countries where war is the rule of the day, where people have invaded, neither men nor women have any access to education. So you destroy whole generations. Did we ever look into that? Or are we worried about whether a woman is allowed driving or not? Is that the most pressing issue in Saudi Arabia? So we're worried about, say, maybe 3 million women who are eligible to drive in Saudi Arabia, and you forget billions of people, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, who have no access to fresh water, education, safety, all of these other issues that are paramount. And now we have to look at this issue in the side to say, oh, women are not allowed to drive, and therefore Islam is sinister. I think we need to break through this. We need to be a bit more sagacious. We need to be a bit more discerning when we're watching news. And so don't watch this kind of news that will pit you against people. So let us come together with understanding, and I hope I have shattered this myth of women driving. Let them drive if they want to drive. And let whoever wants to drive a car, let him drive a car. And whoever likes to take the bicycle, let him take a bicycle. I leave you in peace and in understanding.